Psychic attacks are a real thing, and if you're unaware of the signs of these psychic attacks, they can cause a whole lot of havoc in your life. They can absolutely mess with your life, that you may even feel like your life is absolutely falling apart. And in this video today, I want to share with you 6 signs of psychic attacks so you can become aware of if what you're experiencing is indeed from a psychic attack, so you can do something about it. Because if left untreated, so to speak, if you're not doing anything about these psychic attacks, they can truly mess with your life, and it can have a long-lasting effect on it. And also, of course, yourself. So let me share with you those 6 signs so you can really be certain if what you're experiencing is truly a psychic attack or not. The first sign is that your life all of a sudden starts falling apart. Like out of nowhere. First, everything was going good, you were soaring, everything was working out for you, and then all of a sudden, you may not even be able to identify when exactly your life started to change. That things are starting to fall apart. Your life is falling apart. Things no longer starting to work the way they did, and everything starts to falling apart. Like your luck is kind of like out the window, so to speak. Everything gets a lot harder for you, and there's no explanation for why that is. Now you may think, well, maybe I'm just more in doubt than I was before. But no, a psychic attack, when you are being psychically attacked, and here I just want to share something with you, because it's not so much important to necessarily uncover who is psychically attacking you. It's just important for you to uncover if you are being psychically attacked, to then do something about it. Because like I said, if you're not doing anything about it, well, it's going to be a downward spiral. Your life is going to get harder and harder. Things are starting to fall apart even more, and then eventually you may be hitting completely rock bottom, and we don't want that, right? So that's why it's important to become aware of when something is not right in your life, when things are getting harder, when your life is falling apart out of nowhere and nothing seems to make sense. That is really a good sign that you are being psychically attacked. But oftentimes there are more than just one sign of a psychic attack. So your life falling apart, that's just one. Usually there are even other things that are also happening at the same time, which brings me into the second sign here, is that you may then all of a sudden start having health problems also out of nowhere. It just starts, and no one really knows what is wrong with you. Medication may not work. Whenever you're doing tests, they all come back perfectly fine, and no one really seems to know why you're experiencing the health problems that you're having. But it goes on for a longer period of time, and no matter what you do, it doesn't want to get better. That too is a great sign that you're being psychically attacked, because what happens when you're being psychically attacked is your life force energy is being drained from you. So of course then, health problems start. And that is a good sign, Alexa. If you're having health problems, of course, you definitely want to get checked out. You don't want to leave this up to, well, I have some health problems, I think I'm being psychically attacked, and not get it checked out, because it could be something more. But let's say you have gone to the doctor and you have done, medications and tried to change your lifestyle or whatnot, but still it seems like nothing seems to really work. That this too could be a sign that you're being psychically attacked. And here, this could be mild health problems, or it could be more severe health problems. Then the third sign is that your finances could be impacted as well, where all of a sudden you start getting a whole lot more bills in the mail than usually. Maybe your car started breaking down, or there are those unexpected expenses that you really didn't think about, or that you didn't really expect it, or maybe just bills in general are going up, or maybe you're losing your job, or if you're on an hourly kind of basis, maybe you start losing hours. If you're in business, it could mean that maybe you're starting to lose client after client, and you're constantly attracting the wrong kind of clients that don't want to pay, that don't see the value in you, and those type of things. So it makes it, on a financial level, it makes it very, very hard, where you're feeling not supported, not protected, not secure in what you are doing. So basically your safety and security is being threatened by this invisible force. And no matter what you do, you can go to your boss and ask for a raise and maybe get a no. If you're in business, you can do all kind of extra things, but it's still not helping. It's also not really working. Maybe even your savings, they're being drained because you're having so many expenses and you have more money going out than money coming in. that too is a great sign that you're being psychically attacked, because whoever is psychically attacking you, and here I just want you to know is that they're often not even doing it consciously. Of course, you then have those that are consciously attacking you psychically, and that usually is because maybe they're jealous of you, or they're having somewhat of a connection with you. Maybe they're seeing you on social media or things like that. And if you don't do social media, then it may be someone in your family, or it could be someone, your friends or your coworkers or anyone like that. But oftentimes a lot of people, they're doing it unconsciously, so they're not even aware that they're sending all their negative energy towards you, or taking stuff from you. But then there's also those who are also on their spiritual path. They're starting to work with energy, and then also unconsciously, if they're having somewhat of a a grudge towards you, or maybe jealous towards you or anything like that, that then too could mean that they're psychically attacking you. But it's not like that they're doing it consciously. They're not even aware of it. And of course, then you also have those that are actually consciously are doing it to harm you, to hurt you, right? But here, like I said, it's not so much important to know who it is. Now, of course, ideally, you may want to uncover who could be the person that is doing this to you, so you can stay away from them. But it's not so much important that you uncover who it is, but more so that it is happening, so you can protect yourself. And I have more videos coming out about helping you with the psychic attacks, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. But this is the third sign, is your finances could also be impacted. Then the fourth sign could be that your sleep is disturbed, meaning that you could have the absolute off-the-wall, crazy, intense dreams that make no sense whatsoever. And even intense, it could be not so much nightmares, but just very intense dreams where you wake up and you feel like you were literally there, and they make no sense whatsoever. It could also mean that you're waking up in the middle of the night and you can't go back to sleep anymore. But this is not you waking up, gently, but no, this is like you're waking up because you had this dream or whatnot, and it's just like your sleep is very disturbed, and you wake up in the morning absolutely drained because your sleep was just so disturbed. And like I said, it could be that you're waking up in the middle of the night, can't go back to sleep, or that you're even having a hard time falling asleep and staying asleep. And this could also happen that it happens from one moment to the next, like where before you just went to bed, you slept like a baby, no problems, nothing at all, and then all of a sudden that starts happening. Now, when I'm talking about those psychic attacks, you will be able to somewhat pinpoint when things start to change in your life, because it can happen quickly. Like I said, usually you will know that, oh, okay, you know what, I think back in May, that's when things started to change for me, right? So you will know, because it's not just something that it just kind of slowly starts. No, as soon as you start being psychically attacked, you will feel it. And especially if you're very sensitive to energy, you will feel it even more. Now, if you're not so sensitive to the energy, you may not feel it as much. And here you may really want to pay more attention to when your life is changing. And maybe these signs that I'm giving you right now can really give you some insights, like, you know what, I think I'm being psychically attacked. And here I want you to just know that I didn't know that in the beginning either. I heard of psychic attacks. I didn't know until I experienced it. It was back in November. That's when things happened for me. All of a sudden, my life just started to fall apart, and it was spiraling out of control. And my life was going amazing at that time. And then from one moment to the next, everything just started falling apart. And I didn't know. It took me a few months to find out that I was actually being psychically attacked. But once I did, I was able to do something about it. At that point, I wish I would have had a video like this to explain this to me, but I was actually unaware of what was going on until I then actually received the guidance that, hey, you're being psychically attacked. And the guidance for me actually came through me reading a book. And the lady in that book was writing about her problems, her science, and then she found out that she was psychically attacked. And then it just like all the light bulbs went off for me. And I'm like, oh my God, I think this is what's going on for me. And right away, I reached out to my mentor. I'm like, hey, this is what's going on. Can you help me? And she's like, yes, of course. So she started working with me and helping me release it and cleanse it and clear it and protect it and all of those different things. So that's why I was really guided to bring this to you, because us light workers and spiritual beings, we are often unaware of so many things that are happening in the quantum field and all around us energetically. And this is why it's so important to know these things. So that's why I was guided to bring this to you. So I'm sharing this with you because this is what I just recently experienced. And let me tell you, it was not pretty. I had health problems. Basically, every sign that I'm talking to you about in this video, I experienced, and I thought I was losing, I thought I was really losing grip on my life. So as I mentioned, the fourth sign is all about that sleep disturbance that really can mess with your good night's sleep. So if that is also what you're experiencing, also a great sign that you may be psychically attacked. And the thing is, in our sleep, we're traveling into the astral plane. Right? We are more open and receptive because our human self, right? We are asleep. We are not consciously aware of what's going on. So we're more receptive. Like when we're moving into the astral plane, we're more receptive for these psychic attacks because we can't really protect ourselves, right? During the day, it's easy because you can have your protection measure around, but at night, well, you're fair game for all these negative entities, right? These negative energies. So that's here too. If you're experiencing a not so pleasant night's sleep, could also be a sign that you're being psychically attacked. And then the fifth sign is that you could feel very emotional. You're experiencing intense fears and doubts, and they're coming out of nowhere. And this can be very, very overwhelming, where you're having all these fears just coming in, these doubts coming in. They're just kind of like rolling in, and it's like a wave just washing over you. And no matter what you're doing, meditation doesn't really work, relaxing or mindset work, none of the stuff really works. And it feels like you're out of control, like your mind is out of control, where you can't really control what you're feeling, and you're feeling extremely intense feelings. And here you made an even experience in a way that, well, I've already dealt with that. I usually don't have these feelings. Where are these feelings coming from? And that's usually you're picking that up from that other person, from whoever is psychically attacking you. And this is what actually happened to me as well. I remember one day I was actually in the kitchen cleaning and cooking and whatnot. And all of a sudden I had this wave of immense feelings coming over me. Jealousy and hatred and doubt and fear. I mean, so many emotions that I'm like, where is this coming from? And it was so intense. I felt like I was losing my mind in that moment. And that's actually the day I actually had a session with my mentor, and she helped me clear that. But if you're when you're feeling those, and it's about things that you've already worked through, that you've already dealt with before, it could be that you're picking that up from that person that is actually psychically attacking you. So if you're feeling that too, you need to become aware of that so you can do something about it. And then the sixth and final sign is that you're really feeling like you're losing grip on life, that nothing really seems to make sense anymore, that you're feeling like you're losing that grip on yourself, on your life, like you're absolutely out of control and nothing that you're doing is really working. And this kind of goes hand in hand with those intense emotions that you may be even feeling at times as well. And like I said, here it's like the more sensitive you are to the energies, the more you will feel these psychic attacks. If you're not that sensitive or not that sensitive yet, you may not feel it that intense. I know for myself, I'm very sensitive to the energy. So for me, this was like intense for me to experience the psychic attack. But you may not really feel that sense of like you're really losing grip on life, like you're absolutely about to lose your mind and nothing that you're doing is really working. And here you may then really need to reach out to get help from someone else to really help you clear and cut the cords and heal and release and really help you protect yourself. Now, like I said, I have more videos coming out with the light language activation to cleanse and clear any psychic attacks. And also I have another one coming out for protection to really help you protect yourself from any psychic attack. So like I said, if you haven't subscribed yet and you would like to stay up to date, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get that notification whenever I release new videos, because I do release 3 videos each and every week, and of course a bunch of shorts as well. So you will receive content basically each and every day to help you on your journey. But these are really the signs of psychic attacks. And of course, there are probably even more, but these are the ones that I want to share with you because these are the ones that I experience, and these are some of the most common ones that you may experience as well. So if you said I checked off each and every one of them, then this is a great sign that you are being psychically attacked. And here, the awareness is really key. In the beginning, I was not aware. I didn't know that I was being psychically attacked. Like, who would psychically attack me, right? But the thing is, like, since I'm out there more, I'm putting myself out there through these videos, through my, here on YouTube and on TikTok. I work more with clients, you know, people know about me. I'm more out there, I'm more visible, and it makes me more receptible to being attacked by other people. And this one actually was a little bit more closer to home that I experienced. But psychic attacks, they're truly real. And you want to become aware of that. If you don't, it can truly mess with your life in ways that you never even thought possible. So you don't want to go down that rabbit hole. You don't want to experience those intense feelings. You don't want your life to fall apart, right? So if you checked off any of those signs that I mentioned, then you do want to do something about it. Don't let this go on for too long, because if you don't do anything about this, it will absolutely mess up your life in ways you never thought possible. So here, do something about it, whether it is working with a healer or learning certain healing modalities for yourself, or do something to really help yourself. Listen to any of my light code activations as well to help you. And also, if you would like to learn light language for yourself, check out my program, Awaken Your Inner Light Language. This is what then also can help you heal yourself from any of those psychic attacks, and also, of course, work with the guides to really protect you. That also was one thing that I did on a regular basis to really help myself cleanse and clear. Now, of course, the first time I worked with my mentor, but then once I had the awareness, I was able to protect myself using light language, cleansing any negative energy. Whenever I noticed that I was feeling the energy coming at me again, I cleansed and cleared, and I protected myself using light language. So here, if that is of interest to you, check out the link in the description below, or you can go to activateyourlightlanguage.com to find out all about my program and get started right away if that is of interest to you. Okay, so here you go. I really hope you enjoyed this video. But now, before I let you go, I want to know from you, have you ever experienced a psychic attack, and how did that go for you? I would really love to know. And what did you do to really help yourself get out of this? I would love to know. Leave me a comment below. And while you're at it, maybe even hit the like button. Definitely subscribe if you haven't done so already. And thank you so much for being here, for watching this video. Now, be sure to check out this video here. Is about how light language can really help you cleanse and clear your energies and transform your life for the better. So I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Until then, make it an amazingly abundant, successful day. Namaste.